Eyebrows might have been raised when last year Cristiano Ronaldo swapped the comfy cushions of Manchester United's bench, I can't play with Maguire anymore, for a spot in Saudi Arabia. At least I think he was in Saudi Arabia.
It's not the end of my career to come in South Africa. This is.
But 1 year later, and his former Real Madrid teammate Karim Benzema is making the journey there too. And with potential other World Cup stars making their way over to the Pro League, is Saudi Arabia gonna take over football? A man with multiple Ballon d'Ors in Cristiano Ronaldo signing for Al Nassr was already a coup, but now Karim Benzema with a Ballon d'Or of his own has left Real Madrid for Saudi side Al Ittihad. There's been rumours of the Frenchman leaving Real Madrid for about a month now, and with his contract expiring, he's heading out of the door. He said that he wanted to end his career, retire at the Bernabeu, but in the end, directions changed. Here we have live scenes of those directions changing, because this deal financially is gonna earn Karim Benzema almost 200 million euros per season. Per season! 5 years in Saudi Arabia, and this man would be a billionaire off wages alone. This is a bag that no European team, no European country can compete with. Karim was very open and honest about the situation in an interview.
At the end, we're playing this football because of money. Even though you have 10 million trophy, you can't use that to go and buy food in the supermarket.
And the wages being offered by Saudi officials in negotiations were getting a little bit out of hand.
Over $1 trillion, 200 billion.
I mean, the deal is basically done. There's already signing posters coming out of him in Al Ittihad's yellow and black colours, holding a camcorder though in his hand. Given Karim's history, I don't think that's a good idea. That could be anything that this guy is filming right now. But then obviously there's the quality of the Saudi Arabian league, because Erling Haaland would score 57 in that division per match. And Karim is going to be furious at the backup left wing back when he gives the ball away for a 27th time in the match. I don't pass him the ball. I swear he's playing for the other team. At the very least, he'll be happy to get a reunion with Cristiano Ronaldo, facing off on opposite sides when it's time for Al Nassr to play Al Ittihad. But obviously, it opens up a starting striker spot at Real Madrid. And there's plenty of options for Los Blancos to go for. Kylian Mbappe to Real rumours again, anyone?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Lads, I can't do this. I genuinely cannot accept another summer transfer window of Kylian Mbappe saying he wants to play for Real Madrid, only to realise that contracts exist and that he can't just go there whenever he wants. I mean, if you're Saudi Arabia, why don't you go after Kylian Mbappe at this rate? They've got infinite amounts of money, but what they don't have is European football, and Kylian Mbappe will want that. Al Shabib's chairman won't understand why a £37 billion contract offer isn't enough to persuade the Frenchman.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
Harry Kane of Tottenham is of course an option. Spurs of course slumped to 8th place in the league. They're not even in European competition, and I can't imagine Harold wants to be there next year. So will Real Madrid swoop for him? I tell you what, this is 4D chess from Newcastle. Get taken over by Saudi Arabia, encourage their teams to sign Karim Benzema in order for Harry Kane to move to Real Madrid so that he can't beat Newcastle legend Alan Shearer's Premier League goal-scoring record. But apparently, the first in line to be signed by Real Madrid is Chelsea's Kai Havertz. This has to be an episode of Impractical Jokers. This man misses chances like he's paid to do it. Misses sitters like it's on his cover letter. He's the only man to be Miss Germany. I don't understand how, I mean, obviously there might be an explanation when it comes to play style, but, you know, if you're looking for a striker, right, someone to replace Karim Benzema, one pretty important positive that you need in a striker to replace him is that he can score goals. Imagine Florentino Perez's reaction 25 minutes into his first disaster class. Real Madrid TV is going to be in stunned silence for 3 hours. The guy is quite literally falling upwards after a disaster of a season at Chelsea. At least he'll be having a great time, munching on some free tapas in the Spanish capital. But his Chelsea teammate N'Golo Kanté is being linked with a move to Saudi Arabia as well. Al Ittihad representatives have actually gone to London in to meet up with the Frenchman, and their salary bid could be as high as 100 million euros with inclusive image rights and commercial deals. Al Ittihad once again and Ronaldo's Al Nassr are in pole position to make that deal happen. He's obviously been struggling with multiple continuous injury problems. Now obviously you'd think there might be a lowering of intensity over in Saudi Arabia. You'd be wrong though, because he's going to be tired out when he realizes he's got to do the work of 10 other players and not just one other. But the most interesting thing about all of this, about the Benzema deal, about the Kanté deal, about Saudi Arabian football in general, is that this is all part of a Saudi public investment fund. Now what that means is that Al Ittihad, Al Ahly, Al Nassr and Al Hilal are basically all being funded directly by the Saudi government. It's part of a sports club investment and privatization project, and it basically turns all of these teams into companies that can be funded by Saudi Arabia itself.
Was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Now that means an endless supply of money. We all know how much money Saudi Arabia has. The constant funneling of funds without any sort of financial fair play that I'm aware of, correct me if I'm wrong on that one, means that we can end up with a situation where, what we're already looking at, these teams can offer out unbelievable wages to absolutely everybody that even European teams can't because of UEFA and current financial rules in the continent. And what it means is Karim Benzema has basically been signed by the government. I mean, Saudi Arabia made him the offer, and then it was up to him to decide which club he signed for God's sake. Imagine that being the way things worked in the UK. Right, so listen here, Killian, this is the deal. We can offer you 25% off at Nando's, a year's supply of Lost Mary vapes, a Vauxhall Astra, and a scratch card with winnings up to £1,000. Are you in? No. We'll pay for your gas bills as well. That is literally 100 million euros itself. Even Pep Guardiola knows he can't compete with these Saudi Arabian clubs.
It's impossible. It's not, we cannot afford it.
I mean, at the end of the day, us as a continent can't play the victim either. When you've got Qatar as a state trying to take over at Manchester United, Man City's owners, PSG's owners, even the powerhouse spending of Real Madrid and Barcelona has skewed the footballing pyramid from the smaller teams to the bigger ones to a level that it's never been before. But this could be even more widespread and even more problematic for those smaller or mid-table European sides. What if all of our elite European talent ends up just packing their bags and Liverpool are left with Joe Gomez? To be honest, anyone can get it. Any footballer can end up in the hands of a Saudi Arabian owner. Although Newcastle fans will be devastated when they realise they're not actually a Saudi Arabian club and get none of these benefits whatsoever.
I'm the true Geordie. I've been a fan of this great club all my life, and this is why I love
Saudi Arabia.
Because when these players find out the salaries they could be getting, they'll all be dipping over there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be outside Saudi headquarters trying to get a contract signed. Ivan Toney will be gutted when he realises that betting is most definitely banned over there. Manchester United will pay for an all-inclusive holiday for Harry Maguire, just so that one of the Saudi clubs maybe attempts to sign him. Or is this all just a flash in the pan? I mean, one comparative league that we've had recently was the Chinese Super League, which has had a meteoric rise and then followed by a disastrous fall all in the space of a decade. You know, you saw the likes of Hulk, Oscar, Jackson Martinez, and several other players going over there for big money. They earned a lot of money, they had a lot of success over there, but ultimately the league has completely fallen apart, and all of that talent has moved back over to Europe or gone to South America. But that felt like more of a short-term money scheme at the time. I'll be honest, I'm surprised it's taken this long, really, for a team in Qatar or a team in Saudi Arabia to start actually attracting these massive names. Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess, has been a bit of a pioneer and has now opened the floodgates for more players to maybe at least consider this as an option. Already, categorically, the Saudi Pro League has enticed bigger names than the Chinese Super League ever managed to. But what do you make of all of this? Who do you think is next to make the move to Saudi Arabia? Cristiano Ronaldo said himself this league could be a top 5 league in the next 5 years. Do you agree? Is that possible? If you enjoyed this one, then feel free to slap a like on the video though, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.